Hey guys, so today I'm going to be going through the very first chapter, which is all about approximating and 2D geometry. So today our focus is going to be on approximating. Exciting. Okay, so first things first, there's a few important definitions I need to discuss, and these are very, very important. You need to know these throughout pretty much the rest of your maths career in this subject. So, the first thing I'm going to cover is called decimal places. Now, this essentially is just asking for the number of units past the decimal point that we are going to account for. So let's write that down. Now that sounds a bit wordy. I will give an example for that. Just going to write this down. So, for instance, if I had the number, I don't know, 1.2345798.2. That's a lot of decimal places. That is, looking at this, we just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8 decimal places. Okay, so that's just how we do decimal places. That is how we count when we have an answer. But what is a common thing is that you will calculate something, whether it be like with the square root or anything like that, and the answer will want you to round. Now, that is another thing we need to cover. Rounding. Rounding is when we essentially approximate the value that we have at hand. So it is a form of approximation where when we round, we essentially draw a line. We say, past this point, I'm not going to worry about all the specific digits. Now, once again, that might sound a bit weird, but I'll get to an example for that and it should make a bit more sense. Only a portion of a specific figure is considered. Yep. Okay. So once again, I'll have to put that in a box. Do that. Okay. So once again, for example, if I gave you the number 1,367,125. Now, I'm going to split this question into two parts. Oops, can I? Nope, apparently not. No. Okay. Try one more time. I'm going to put the example over here. Now, if I said part A, I wanted to round it to the nearest, let's say, hundreds to start with. What we do is we look at this. There is a very systematic process behind rounding. We count the number of digits and we stop at the hundreds. So we are looking at the hundreds. So we go all the way over and say, okay, this is the hundreds right here, that one there. So we only care about all the bigger numbers up to the hundreds. After that, this is going to be rounded off. Now, what we have to do now is when we're rounding, we have to look at the digit after the one that we are considering rounding. Now, if this digit here is greater than or equal to 5, we actually round up. However, we can see that this digit at hand is 2. That is less than 5. So we keep the same prior digit. Now, once again, when I say round up, I will come back to that, because I know that sounds a bit strange. What happens is we look at this and say, okay, because that is a 2, we are keeping this as 1. So this will round off to 1,367,000. Now we keep that 1 because the next digit was 2 and that is less than 5. So we keep the 1 and these here become 0 and 0. So any digits past the one we are rounding off, these will all become 0. So now if I had the same number, let's rewrite it, 1,367,125, but I said round to the nearest 10,000. Once again, we go through it, millions, 100,000s, 10,000s. So we know that we are going to be stopping here. This is our key digit at hand. However, we look at the next digit, and using the same logic, we observe that this one is greater than 5, or greater than or equal to 5, but in this case, greater. So we look at that, and we go back to our previous thing. We know that we need to round up. So rounding up means that we go back to this previous number, and we bump this up by 1. So it transforms from 6 to becoming 7 instead. And once again, as I said, all the next digits after this become 0. So we write that out as 1,300,000. Now, once again, remember, this 6 got rounded up to 7 because the digit after the 7, but the digit after the 6, my bad, was greater than or equal to 5. Therefore, it becomes 1,370,000. Now, remember, all the digits after the hundreds of thousands. So that was the digits we were rounding to. All the digits after that become 0. So 0, then 0, 0, 0. And that is rounding. Whoops, that box was dodgy. That's better. Okay, so that's that. Now, let's go back to decimal places. I can say we want a specific amount of decimal places. So this rounding, we were just doing tens, hundreds, thousands, whatever. We can also do that for decimals. So if I make a brand new example, and I said I wanted to round 0.14367215 to, let's say, 4 decimal places. Actually, yeah, 4 decimal places, why not? What we do is we count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our 4th decimal place. So we know we need to round here. So we go through the exact same process we went through last time. We look at the next digit, we observe it and say, okay, is it greater than or equal to 5? We look at this and say it's 7 and go, yep, it is. So because it is greater than or equal to 5, we know we need to round up. So we know this 6 transforms into 7 because it goes up by 1. So we know our final answer then will therefore be 0.1437. And then this should all become zeros. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, whatever. but that's basically the same thing as 0.1437. You don't need those zeros. Now, one other thing I should note is that this squiggly equal sign, this means approximately equal to. Just remember that whenever we're rounding, we should use that squiggly equal sign. Now, in a very similar vein, I'm also going to introduce you to a definition called significant figures. This is very similar to decimal places, but we only start counting when we see our first non-zero digits. So this is essentially we are counting from the first non-zero digit until all, well, no, okay. We'll keep it like that for now. So, for instance, if I gave a number saying 0.0000134, we look at this and go, okay, where's our first non-zero digit? That's a zero digit, that's a zero digit, that's a zero digit, that's a zero digit, that's a zero digit. This one is our first non-zero digit. And we count from there. So we start here, 1, 2, and 3. So we know for a fact that we are at 3 significant figures. S.F stands for significant figures. Okay, however, if I pretty much got the same number, but I changed, I added one thing. Now if I made it 20.0000134, our first non-zero digit starts off here. So now it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 significant figures. So always start counting significant figures when you see your first non-zero digit. Okay, now one very important thing I should note about significant figures is that you might also need to round with this logic in mind. So if I gave you, for example, let's say I want you to calculate the square root of 2 to, let's say, 4 significant figures. I would never expect you to do this by hand. I would expect you to pull out any kind of calculator, put that in, square root of 2, like so. Press enter, and you'll see something like this. 1.4142 whatever. Okay, so let's write that down. 1.414213562. Now, if I want to round to 4 significant figures, we just count from 1. First non-zero digit is here, so we know to start counting here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth non-zero digit. Well, no, sorry. The 4th significant figure following the first non-zero digit. So we look at our next number, same process in rounding as with decimal places and with non-decimal places. We say, okay, this number, is it greater than or equal to 5? In this case, it is not, it is 2. So it is less than 5. Therefore, we keep the prior number. We do not round it up by 1. So therefore, to round it to 4 significant figures, we would put it as 1.414. And there you go. That's that all sorted. Okay. So, I reckon that will be all for today, and I will see you guys in the next lecture.